Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Simple Learning Tips. So in today's video, we'll be discussing about the HR interview questions, and trust me, it will be really helpful for freshers who are preparing for placements, and if anybody is there who is actually trying out for campus placements or any kind of interview for the first time. Okay, so these are just some basics. So I've prepared some questionnaire. Along with that, I'm going to give you the ideal answer that you could give. Please do modify it as per your preferences. So without much further ado, so what is the first basic thing an HR interviewer always asks? That is, tell me about yourself. Okay, actually, it is the trap that you will face is that you will be reciting your resume in a chronological order, or you will be talking about your hobbies, anything for 5 minutes. So don't use that, and use the strategy as use a past, present, future framework. Okay, so the ideal answer that you could give is that, so currently I'm completing my degree in whatever field you are, BBA, MBA, MCA, or any other graduation that you are doing, and where I recently led a project on so and so topic, or I worked on some internship, something that you have done. And just say that before that, my academic focus was heavily on the skills that you were pursuing or the coursework that you were doing. And then you could just say that now I'm looking to bring my analytical skills to a forward thinking company like yours, so that is why I'm so excited about this role. Okay, so try to link your present with the past and the future job that you are going to do. Now, next, basically, they would ask why we should hire you. So don't try to give the generic buzzwords like I'm a hard worker, blah, 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 like that. Just try to connect it with your unique academic experiences or any kind of project experiences with the job description. So before going for any job interview, please do understand what is the job requirement, job description, and what are the various specifications that they expect from you, and try to connect it with that. So you could just say that based on the job description, you need someone who can manage whatever the task that was mentioned in job specification. Just mention that, and you could say that during my university time or during my graduation time, I did a project with this company, or I did a project on this topic, and I successfully completed that. And the you can tell the action what you did, and also the result that you got from that, and you can just conclude by saying that I can bring that same level of execution to this team. Okay, so see, I'm just going fast because these are just some preparations for the HR interview questions. So next they can ask what are the greatest strength and weakness. These are some common questions. So again, don't say that my weakness is I'm a perfectionist, like that. Don't say all these common answers. So actually, what you can do is that, like I mentioned here, pick a real weakness, but that does not, but it should not be in such a way that that will make you disqualify from the job. Just share, just like mention here, show that how you are fixing it. Okay, like you can say that my strength is the ability to build any or to break any complex data into actionable insights, and as I did in my classwork or project work. And you could say that if you are not good in public speaking, or if you have any kind of accent issue, or if you are not good in English, just say that my weakness has been public speaking, or speaking proper enunciation with enunciation, and I recognized this last year, and I just joined whatever coaching center to improve that. Okay, so I recently presented myself, gave myself a presentation on an international seminar or some audience, and that gave me much more confidence. So just try to tell something that is actually you have a weakness, and just try to prove that you are working towards it. You can also say that, see, these are just example, just don't just blindly say it, customize it with your answers. You can also say that I don't have any international language experience, but since your company also have clients there, so I'm trying to learn this language through Duolingo or any other app or any other courses. So you can say like that. Now, next common question they ask is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So, don't be too ambitious and give some, exaggerated answer, or don't let them feel that you don't have any direction. So just say that in the first couple of years, I plan to deeply master the core responsibility of this role, and then I want to become an expert go-to person for my team. And I hope that by year 5, I want to take on leadership responsibilities, and I would like to mentor the next generation of freshers coming into the organization. So say something like that. Okay, always customize these answers based on your personality. Then why do you want to work for that? Just don't say a brand name, the salary, perks, amenities, and all that. So try to understand about the organizational culture of that company. Do some research. Always, it's the best way to get a job is do some research before going into that company. Okay. So, like you can say that I've been recently following your stock market or your shares and your expansion into that particular product or in that market. And I was really impressed by mentioned the kind of detail that you have seen. And also, just say that I want to work on a company that believes in this kind of value and that kind of innovation. See, based on whatever the company has done, and also say that you can mention that my background and my values will perfectly fit into the company's culture, and I'm sure that I'll be able to contribute for the growth of the organization. Okay. So next common question they ask is, tell me about a time you failed. So so don't blame your seniors, your teammates, or don't complain. Okay, just if there was a failure, just if there was a real failure, just own the failure, and you try to explain the root cause of it and highlight the lesson learned. For example, you can say that in my first semester I underestimated the timeline for the group project, and we missed our deadline. So it was a failure of time management on project management on my part. So I learned about it, and next in the future when I came into third semester, fourth semester, like that, I created a 20% buffer time, which helped me to submit all the projects on time ahead of schedule, something like that. Okay. So next question is, how do you handle stress or pressure? So please don't say that I'm very calm person, I'm like Dhoni. Don't say like that. See, I always mention Dhoni because I'm a diehard fan of Dhoni. So do I don't get stressed, don't do all these things. Okay. You can just say that I actually find moderate amount of pressure, and it actually helps me to focus. And when I get overwhelmed, I step back, take a break, and then I try to break the a bigger task into small actionable tasks, which will help me to prioritize, and this keeps me grounded. So say something like that. Okay, and also you can give an example if you have done that in your life. Then describe a time you worked on a difficult team. Again, don't never ever blame your teammates, your college, your teachers. No, don't do that. Okay. So always focus on diplomacy, your communication skill, and your emotional intelligence. So you could just say that, I was in a group and there were two members who disagreed on the project direction. So we conducted a meeting. We had a team building exercise. I mean, we had a team meeting where everybody explained their case without any kind of interruption. Then we found a compromise, and it blended all the ideas, and finally we got an A on the assignment. Just take examples from your real college experience. What is your greater achievement outside of academics? So, generally people say that singing, dancing, reading, even I have also gave that answer. But later on, I understood that instead of giving that, just give something that would be beneficial. Like I was a part of, cultural organization. Okay, so there was a time when I had to get some sponsorship. So I went to the various shops and I contacted them, and I got the sponsorship, and they were like, you have to get the banner and all this. So all the process, how you approach that shopkeepers, something like that. Because basically I did that. You can take something that you have done in your life, in your even at your house, and then you can, like, you have organized your sister's brother's wedding. So how you manage that, you coordinated with various teams, photographers, event planners and all that. So you can just mention that. Then Next question they asked, do you have any question for me? Please don't ask about the holidays. Even I, all these mistakes I've done. That is why I'm saying I asked them whether Saturdays were off. Do you have a vacation time like that? They ask what are the salary increment. So please don't ask that, and also please don't say no like that. Just give a answer like yes, definitely I have a question, and could you please tell me what a typical day would look like for someone who is in this role, and how can I be successful in first 90 days, something like that. Show some interest in the job for that you're going for. Okay, so I think with this I will wind up the video, and I will bring the next 20 questions, bring the next 10 questions in the next video, and 30 to 50 questions. I've created a PDF for this, so you need not have to worry about it. I'll leave the link for the PDF in the description box below. Please do check out. I'm 100% sure that it will be very, very helpful for you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.